Hey there, Facebook. How are you? I'm Donna Hoffman. Welcome to you, my gorgeous design divas. It's another Tuesday, so you know what that means. No matter what we're doing here at our luxury design company, we stop what we're doing to be able to come out here and talk to you and teach you a great lesson on something. And every week, that something is different. Well, let me tell you that I get a lot of questions from those of you who are professional designers or you're thinking of becoming professional designers. And if you've already started, for those of you whose business isn't just going exactly the way you want it to do, especially on the revenue side, which is what bothers most business owners, that and quality of life and client acquisition, we have great things in store for you in this Facebook Live. And we're just trying to get our Instagram up and going as well, which we think we did. Hang on, hold the phone. I'm going to just press a button once I get this in. Hold the phone. Thank you for your patience, Facebook. One day we're going to stop having these problems. Here we go. We're checking connections. Things are happening. Hello, Instagram. It's me, Donna Hoffman. They call me the interior design advocate because I love to advocate on behalf of design lovers everywhere. Whether you're a design lover working in your own home, whether you are a design lover who is a professional design lover and you are either in your own business or you're about to get into your own business, this Facebook Live and Instagram Live is absolutely for you today because, as I was saying before we had a problem joining on Insta, I get a lot of questions from those of you who either are young in your businesses, either 7 years or less, or you're thinking of taking your love of design and you've just maybe done some studying, got a degree, did a certification, and you want to launch your own design business, whether you want to do a part-time gig or a full-time gig. And I get a lot of questions about everything from the business of the business to marketing of the business to some pretty common mindset problems. So in today's Instagram Live and Facebook Live, I wanted to talk to you about three really common mistakes. I'm getting hearts on that one. Three really common mistakes that I see young interior design companies making. And by young, I don't mean that you're young in years as a human being. You might be. But by young, I mean that you're in business for 7 years or less. In fact, some of these mistakes I see designers making who've been in business quite a bit longer than that. Let me just tell you quickly, my background, design is a second career for me, actually a third career. I went back to school, studied design, and my business kind of sprang up around me. But during the Great Recession of 08, 08, 09, when the big crash happened, that's when I opened a luxury design company. We have since become a really successful design company because I knew what to do eventually after scraping my knee and bloodying my nose a couple of times from tripping and falling. I figured it out, cried a lot, got myself up by my bootstraps, and built a very successful in-demand company and a seven-figure business. And if I can spare you the hassle, the heartache, the frustration that I had, and again, I launched in an impossibly difficult environment, economic environment. If I can do it, I know you can too, whether you're launching or whether you need to course correct. So today I want to talk about three common mistakes that young design businesses make and even some older ones make. We'll see if this applies to you. And I'll take your questions on this topic in a little bit. So one of the biggest mistakes is, and these are all mistakes in thinking, most of them are, but this is assuming that a lot more of your activity in your business is going to be billable. There is a lot of non-billable activity in your company. All of your marketing efforts, your Instagram, blogging if you're blogging, Facebook, just generally planning your marketing. Then there's your bookkeeping and running the business of the business on the numbers side. There's billings, putting together proposals to get a new client, contracts, and contracts don't just write themselves. You need a great template, yes, but every project is slightly different, and then there's back and forth possibly with the clients as well. These are all non-billable activities that soak up and suck up a lot of time in your week. The clerical aspect, the filing, managing, you see a little bit of our library back there, our fabric library. There's a lot more of it down in Studio B. My goodness, just managing the fabric library is huge amount of time. designing your website, designing your promotional materials, designing your leave behind materials for a first meeting. That's all non-billable. Networking, super important. You cannot just rely on referral for your company by other clients. You can't rely on the internet. You need to be doing some high touch networking as well. That is time, time, time. And just thinking about your business. I had a wonderful design business coach who once told me that she really thinks that for a lot of business owners, even outside of the interior design industry, thinking is highly underrated. Yesterday, I took the day off in terms of not being available to my team or my clients, and I worked on the business of my business. That was all non-billable time. That was thinking about where I want to take the business. What do I need to do next? So one of the biggest mistakes for young design companies, people who are just starting out, do it the right way and don't make this mistake. Or if you have started in the last 7 years and you need to adjust a little bit, take some of the pressure off yourself. Know right up front that not everything you do in your business is going to be billable. That is an incorrect or naive viewpoint. In fact, there's going to be a lot of non-billable activity in your company. So if you're relying solely on billable hours for your income, it's going to be a problem for you, okay, or a challenge that you need to move around. The next biggie, speaking of billables, is this is a huge issue for young design companies, solopreneurs, people who are one-woman shop kind of companies. It has to do with billing. It has to do with not knowing what to charge and not knowing what to charge for. Which activities are you billing for, which aren't. I remember I did a lot for a lot of clients in my early years that I didn't bill for. Oh my gosh, I was just going bananas. I felt like I was giving so much of my time and service away, and I was. And also, once you determine what you're going to be billing, not feeling confident about it. That's a very common mistake in thinking for young design businesses. Feeling like you're not worth it, or how can I, who am I to charge this fee? You need to approach your fees in a very methodical and strategic fashion. You want to know what are the designers in your area charging. You want to know what types of services and fees you are going to be putting together, and then you need to start getting a rate sheet where you actually have it down in writing, so you know when you're talking to people you can comfortably say, and my rate is blah blah blah, and the price of broccoli is $1.89 a pound, right? No problem talking about the price of broccoli. You shouldn't have any problem talking about your fee structure, okay? So these are all mistakes in thinking, but here's the thing: the way we think affects the way we feel. The way we feel and think affects the actions that we take. So it's all kind of one big knot of energy, isn't it? So thinking there would be more billable activity in my company, definitely tripped over that one. And I freaked out about it a lot in my early years. Not knowing what to charge and not feeling confident in what I was charging in those early years. Oh, a lot of angst about that one. And then the last mistake that I see a lot of young design businesses making, and I certainly made it as well, not assuming the role of CEO of your company. You are. You don't design for a living. You sell design for a living. But you are also running a company. You are the CEO. You are the mistress of your own destiny, the master of your own destiny. If you're one of the few guys in our group here, a Devo instead of a diva. So assuming that mantle takes a real attitude adjustment, but once you make that adjustment, then you can start to make your decisions from a point of greater empowerment, feeling more centered as well. And I'm going to throw in one more mistake that I wasn't planning to talk about today, but I'm going to. I think there's a mistake in not knowing and feeding your constitution. What do I mean by that? For about 3 years in my garden, I decided I wanted to grow yellow yarrow. And every year I'd plant yarrow in a particular spot. Every year it would die. Every year I'd replant it. Every year by the end of the season, it was dead as a doornail. Everything else was living and thriving, but not that yellow yarrow. And finally I thought, Don, this yarrow is the wrong flower for this spot in this garden. And when you try to put something with a particular constitution in the wrong environment and you don't feed it well, it's going to drop dead. Well, I think as a business owner, you need to know your constitution and what do you need to do to feed that constitution as a business owner so that you can thrive in your business. Are you a sensitive? Are you an HSP? Are you an empath? Are you what I call a classic, meaning you're neither of those things? Who are you? What do you need to thrive in your business? And how do you adjust what you're doing in your business, who you're working with in your business to really feed that constitution of yours so that you're always moving from your strengths and feeling really centered in doing it. So I gave you 4 mistakes instead of 3. Hope those are helpful. I also want to let you know that as more support for you, I have a wonderful checklist called the Successful Design Business Checklist, Successful Design Biz Checklist. I'm getting hearts on that as well. And you can, I guess, link in the description for you guys on Instagram and on Facebook. We have put a link in for you at the bottom of the description. I encourage you to get that checklist for 2 reasons. Number 1, it's awesome. It's a deep dive, a lot of great information. Even if you've already started your business a couple of years ago, get that checklist so you can see what you might have missed, where you might be underselling something or underplaying something or not protecting yourself enough. So get that checklist. And once you have that checklist, there's going to be more from me in your inbox. I made a commitment to help you. Anybody on that checklist email list will be getting 2 emails a month from me with a different piece of support from me. It's just something I want to do to be able to help grow you, guide you, support you, because I know how lonely and scary and overwhelming it can be a business owner, and especially to be a business owner in such a competitive and challenging field like the interior design field. So I hope you'll hop onto that list. I'd love to have you there. And just as a little sneak peek of what's to come, we will be launching with an amazing program, probably late this year, more likely early next year, with a fantastic program. A lot of you have been asking me for it, always asking me, Donna, what would you do if you were me in this business? So this is a way for you to have me holding your hand in that program. It's going to have some pretty great stuff in it, and it's going to be really different than any other program that's out there. So there it is. All right, so I'm happy to take some questions if you have questions. If you don't have questions, we can wrap early, but if you have questions about the topic I taught about, feel free to put those in and I'm happy to take them. So first and foremost, I am getting from Jennifer McCann that Facebook is working. Thank you, Jennifer. One day I'm going to do a really smooth open on all of this. I'm sorry for the wacky start today. I'm getting hellos from Michigan. Oh, Marie Harvey is saying, okay, Marie Harvey is asking about the bookcase contest. Speaking of which, Marie, you do have an extension till May 1st. Some of you are saying, what? What contest? If you'd like to win one of my online courses, because they're all pretty awesome, we have a TITA bookcase or bookshelf makeover challenge. TITA is an acronym for the Interior Design Advocate. In case you didn't know, we call ourselves TITA for short. Anyway, if you are one of my Design CPR, Creating Perfect Rooms with Accessories students, you can absolutely enter and show off your skills and have a chance to win one of my online courses. So to enter, you've got to be a student of Design CPR. You post your image of your beautifully styled bookcase or bookshelf. We know everybody doesn't have a bookcase. The image just needs to be posted to our Instagram feed, which is at decorating.genius. Okay, you post your image and you post it with the hashtag TITA Bookcase Challenge. Quick caption, couple of words telling us how your beautiful result happened because of Design CPR. And just make sure you're following us on Instagram at decorating.genius and also following us on YouTube at the Interior Design Advocate. And then you can win something pretty darn spiffy. So there it is. And we extended the deadline to May 1st because we got a lot of questions. You know, there's a busy time of year for you guys, and you only need to submit an after picture. You don't need to do a before as well. Just an after picture, and you have till May 1st. Okay, back to the questions. I'm getting hellos from Beverly and Avis in Texas. Lily is here. She's really happy to be here. Sally is saying that she likes me in my baby blue. Good, thank you so much. People are happy to be here. Okay, Marcia is saying great points about billing and how to and the importance of confidence. Yeah, you know, let me tell you something. It's not just confidence, guys, in your billing. But you need to be so confident as a designer in what you're doing, because let's face it, your clients come to you because they're not confident. They're not clear in what needs to happen. So you need to be so centered in your skill set and really knowing what you're doing, but you also have to be really comfortable and centered and confident in all of your business practices. So confidence is so, so important. And yeah, sometimes at the beginning, guys, you gotta fake it till you make it. You gotta assume the posture and just go from there. Amy Hughes is asking, where's the checklist posted? Amy, there should be something in our description. There is. Katie, the part of Katie is being played by Katie today. So Katie said it's already there, and hopefully somebody's just answered as well as me. It's really Katie telling you where that checklist is. So there it is. Okay, Marcia's saying she already gets my emails and they are great. I am so glad. Yeah, we have a great journey we're taking our designers on with that checklist. So definitely get on that into that stream. I think you'll love it. Let's see. So Angela is saying everyone's business needs to post their own mission statement. I agree with you, Angela, and I think that's a great 10,000-foot view. I think when you're up high and you're looking down, like, what is it you want to do in your business? Absolutely, I think a mission statement is fantastic, and you can check in with yourself on that mission statement. But I believe in boots on the ground also. And I think you have to get out of the esoteric and you've got to get down into the nitty-gritty. Who are you here to serve? What are you charging? What are you doing? How are you doing it? What are your practices? Do you have the right infrastructure underneath you so that you are supported in what you need to do, so that you are protected in what you need to do, and so that you're filling your pipeline? Client acquisition is a constant pressure and thing on your brain for every design company. We always have a really full pipeline, but I still feel tremendous pressure to keep that pipeline full. And listen, in my early years, I know what it was to not have a full pipeline and to pay everybody around me and not myself some months. That sucked. We're allowed to say that, use that word. It stank. It was the worst. I don't ever want any one of you to ever go through that. Talk about crying into your teacup. Not pleasant. Jennifer on Instagram is saying, is your new course just for designers or for design lovers too? Jennifer, you're welcome to when we launch that program, you're welcome to be part of it. But it is a program. It's going to be a multiple month program, and it will it's really for people who want to run a design business. You're welcome to join it if you're a lifelong learner and a lover of learning. We may even, I'm saying that to you now, but I'm thinking that, talk about boots on the ground. We may even have people, let us know who they are in business and make sure it's a good fit for you, and be discerning in who we let into the course. I want to make sure that we're going to be letting in people who are going to do the work and who are going to apply what I'm showing to you so that you can move the needle in your business, either launching or really increasing your business success. So Jennifer, I'm not sure we're going to open it to non-designers. Can I percolate on that and get back to you? So if you want to get the checklist that I'm talking about, feel free. And stay tuned for more information on this new program. It's not a course, it's a program. It's an academy. Okay, so there it is. All righty. So, okay, so I'm getting more hellos. Thank you for the contest extension. Can you enter more than one pick? Yeah, definitely. You can definitely enter as many picks as you want. Just make them gorgeous picks. Kristen said that she missed the contest info. Well, Kristen, listen, if you missed the contest info, babes, you can go back to YouTube at any time and watch this live. Just find us at The Interior Design Advocate. And I'll bet Katie's going to say that there's a place to see information about the contest. In the 9 Square on Instagram, go to our 9 Square. You'll see a graphic on the contest, and you can see how you enter it. So there it is. Okay, Brenda is saying, hello from Ohio. Cece is saying, I've been designing or maybe I've been just decorating my home, just being creative, so I'm in the right place. Yes, you are. Let me tell you what we're working on next week. Next week, our Instagram and Facebook Live, we're talking about selecting the right materials for your kitchen. Kitchen design is always a popular topic for us. So join us here at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll be smoother on our start, I promise, for everybody. And that's the joining for the selecting the right materials for your kitchen. And if you missed any portion of this Facebook Live, you can find us on YouTube at The Interior Design Advocate. And if you're not following us on our feed, you guys are, but at decorating.genius is how you follow along for our Design Advocate brand. And you know what? If you want to know what we're doing in our design studio, you can follow us there at IDH Designs. At IDH Designs, you can follow our luxury design brand, see what we're up to, see what kind of mischief we're making. So, all right, guys. Well, I don't think there are any other questions about our topic today, so that's fine. We're going to scooch. We've got work to do, so I'll let you go. I'll see you next week for selecting the right materials for your kitchen. And in the meantime, have a fantastic week, everybody. It's always so good to be with you and see what's on that gorgeous brain of yours. All right, guys, take care. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Donna. Thanks so much for watching. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and comment below so I know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to the Interior Design Advocates channel so you don't miss any of our great content.